Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor, bringing you another video on how to raise your vibration so you can live your best life. So this video wanted to come through in a big way. It's been kind of asking for my attention for more than a week, and finally today is the day. So this message is from your creator, from the divine, through me to you. So 7 reasons you may be unhappy. First and foremost, the thing I see most commonly is the mind. The mind is in control and running the show when it is not meant to be in control. The electromagnetic field of the heart is 10 times greater than the brain. The mind is not intended to be in charge, but rather the heart. And so we spend so much time in our brain. It is very ego driven. It is seeking fulfillment outside, always looking for what's wrong and how do I fix it. These negative thought loops, self-doubt, berating, the voice of trauma. It's old neural pathways, and there's momentum that's gained. Every time we think a thought, that neural pathway gets stronger and stronger. It is possible to create new ones. There are ways to do it. I teach that. But know that if you can't seem to stop that negative thought loop, the constant barrage of what is wrong either with you or with life, that it does not have to control you anymore. That you have a choice, and there are ways to make it stop. We should be in our body more often than we are in our head. And I think it would be fair to say that collectively, globally, a vast majority of the world's population lives in their head 99% of the time, if not 100. So it's not unreasonable for you to be in this place. It's what we were taught culturally. But it is time to get out of the mind and into the body. The mind is often the last to know. The body is far wiser. The heart especially. So if you're struggling either with the dark night of the soul, depression, general malaise, look at your thoughts and know that you have the power to choose, to stop the momentum, and to change the trajectory. It's a tough word. Get out of your head by being in your body, bringing your conscious focus and awareness to your body. And that is number 2, is we don't have a relationship with our body anymore. Whether it's trauma or stress or just the general pressures of everyday life, we're always in our head, unaware of what's going on in our body. Greg Braden is a well-known geologist and scientist, and he discovered by triangulating ancient language to the periodic table and matching that with the codes on our DNA. Our DNA, literally every strand starts with God eternal within the body. Our bodies are far more than just a meat suit. She is the cradle that nurtures and holds your soul like a mother holds the baby she loves. She is capable of healing you without you having to do anything from a cognitive standpoint. All we need to do is be present and aware in the body. The body keeps the score, and she holds your trauma for you until you're ready to release it. But she can't do it alone. She needs you. We fear what's in there. We don't want to be present with it because we have a belief that it'll never end. And the only way to get away from it is to ignore it, but that's the very thing that keeps it there. Number 3 is a resistance to what is. We resist the moment, we resist others, we resist the way life is. We manifest from a place of lack. Our manifestation to bring more abundance in our life is driven by the fact that we don't have it. Our manifestation for love in a relationship is driven by the fact that we don't have love for ourselves. When we're in resistance to everything that is will persist. What you resist persists. We have to love what is. When we suppress our emotions, we don't trust how I feel right now. Anger's coming up. I got to ignore that. I got to shift my vibration back to a high state. When really all emotions are good and they serve a purpose. Not trusting your emotions means you're not trusting your guidance system. So we have to put down the resistance to everything. Notice, go throughout a day and count how many times do you resist something. The kids are playing, we say, no, don't do that, don't make a mess. Someone at work says, I'm going to do this. You say, no, don't do that. This is how it's supposed to be. You and your partner, maybe she makes a decision you don't like. You say, no, don't do that. It's supposed to be this way. Even when it's time to go and get out of the house, people aren't moving fast enough. Hurry up, come on, let's go. It's all resistance. That leads me to number 4, very similar, is judgment. It's supposed to be this way. We're supposed to be on time. You should do it this way. I should have moved through this already. I should be farther along in life. We should all over ourselves, others, and life itself. That business should be doing things that way. The government should be doing those things. It's supposed to be this way. Who says? We're not God. Remember, life is happening for you, not to you. And the resistance in the judgment is what prevents the very things you want to attract into your life. Resistance is a block, is a wall, allowing everything and everyone, without exception, to be as it is how we step into the surrender and the faith and the trust that God, Source, Divine Creator knows what He's doing. He, she, it, they, them. Everything's under control. So let's start asking, how is this serving me? Instead of, why is this happening to me? How is this serving me? Put down the resistance. Put down the judgment. And that leads to number 4. All 3 of these are very closely connected. Control. We feel we have to do God's job. We have to control how everything is, make sure everything's under control. If I'm not in control, I'm out of control. They're not synonymous. We get impatient, want things to happen faster. And especially when we act from a place of impatience, we create more issues than the action fixes. Have you ever noticed that? Maybe it looks for a moment that you're not going to have enough money, and it looks for a moment that you're not going to be able to pay your bills. So you quick run out and go get a job. And it ends up being an awful, horrible job. Because we manifested from a place of lack instead of resting in that moment and saying, wow, this is a little bit scary. But I know God's got this. And I'm not in control. And the birds don't struggle for food, and the trees don't search for water. I will be cared for. Rest in the discomfort, because that's the work. Not running out and fixing it from a place of impatience or mistrust. We can switch to an attitude of curiosity and say, I'm so curious, how is this going to solve itself? How's this going to play out? Life is so cool and so fun, the way things just fall into place. Not because you're doing, because you're allowing. Stop trying to do the Creator's job. Your job is faith, surrender, listening in stillness, and divinely guided action. To be still, to be at peace, and to surrender into that faith and trust is the only way to receive. Again, resistance, receiving. It is possible to be still from an emotional, internal standpoint while also taking divinely guided action. It is at a gracious, slow pace. It is in full faith and trust. There is no stress or worry or efforting or striving. It comes from a place of knowing I've been asked to do this, and I love taking divinely guided action. I'm so curious of what I'm going to create today. The divine is within me and always with me, moving through me. There is no greater peace or happiness. There is no stress. There is no rushing. There is no worrying. Number 6 would be not living your life purpose. Because you are made perfectly imperfect for a purpose. You are not an accident. You are not happenstance. You're not here by coincidence. And your soul knows that when I say it. There is something that you are designed to do. Your gifts, your talents, your strengths, they will not rest until you're utilized, or they're utilized. But the beauty of this is, your purpose is to set yourself free, to be in joy, to be in bliss, to be at peace. Happiness and abundance are your birthright. We were given dominion over the entire earth. You are your Creator's favorite, made in their likeness, and the only creation created with the breath of life, while everything else was created with the word. You are valuable beyond measure. And the lie of unworthiness causes disease in the body. That emotion, your guidance system is telling you that's not right. That's not true. Any thought that feels wrong or bad is telling you that's not right. You know you are important. You are needed. You matter. The world needs the gift that only you have to offer. And your purpose is to set yourself free. And you do that by being in such faith and such surrender that you are at peace with the vast majority of the time. There is nothing for you to do to prove your value or your worth. What you need to do is be at rest, be at peace, and take divinely guided action. All time is now. It's never too late. Nature does not rush, and yet everything is accomplished. Rushing puts you in fight or flight. And we were raised very early in our lives to rush and get out of the house for work, get to school on time, get your homework done, meet the deadline, pay the bills, all the things, rush, 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 hurry, 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 constant fight or flight. It's called hypervigilance. It gains momentum just like those negative neural pathways. It becomes addictive. We actually become addicted to the adrenaline. But it is the very opposite of the receiving state. Hypervigilance is clenching, it's efforting, it's resisting, it's forcing stillness and peace, surrender and faith, allowing, opening to receive. And number 7, the most important one of all, you are not happy if you do not have a relationship with your Creator. A direct relationship with your Creator. Angels and guides, fairies, the elements, I love them all. They're beautiful and amazing. I very much resonate with the angel family. But at the end of the day, it is me and my relationship with my Creator that brings everything I seek. They want to be your friend, your confidant, to hold your hand when things are hard. But like a loving mother, sometimes we have to learn through hardship. It's not the way. It doesn't work. But when you're ready to surrender in faith and trust and cultivate that relationship with Source, God eternal within the body, it is all available to you within moments. Take your conscious awareness from your head to your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart. Be still and know that I am God. I love you, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed this message. One of the more loving and direct messages that I have experienced on this channel, and yet so beautiful. If you need any help healing the unworthiness wound, healing your complex trauma so that you can step into your life purpose and make a living doing it, that is my purpose, and that is why I'm here. I do offer free 30-minute sessions. Check out the link below, and I'll see you on the next video. Namaste, my friends.